Hi, thanks for joining me tonight for Back to School Night. I am your student's Math 7 teacher. Let's go ahead and get started. This is my 24th year of teaching in the district. My husband is Phil Rodriguez, which a few of your students have for social studies here at Bristow. I have two daughters, Lily and Ella, 14 and 12. The 14-year-old's a sophomore, the 12-year-old's a sixth grader. There are very different types and styles of learnings, which I think has given me good perspective on different types of learning and parenting different types of learning. Sixth graders last year, prior to distance learning, had about 90 minutes of math per day. Seventh grade, under distance learning, we have 40 to 50 minutes of math 2 or 3 days a week. So on a 3 day week, we have at most 140 minutes of instruction, hands on, one to one on the Zoom. So it's quite a bit less because up here it was about 450 minutes per week, and down here it's 140. So that's a lot. That's significant. This is my staff website. I'm having some issues with it right now, so I apologize. But it should be back up and running in a couple days. It has some good information there for you to access. Go check it out when you have some free time. This right here is the student's digital classroom. This is where a lot of our assignments are held in Canvas. This is our weekly agenda. If the student clicks on that, it tells them exactly what we did in class that day, and the prior days are down underneath. This is about our help times. Where would they click to get help? This is our online textbook. I'm going to go ahead and shut my picture, which is digits or Savas Realize. About half of our assignments will come from here, and that's where they log in for class. So grades are still found in Q Parent Connection. I think it's a little bit confusing this year because of the fact that we have so many of the assignments held in Canvas. Canvas is just really a way of getting the information to your students and keeping them organized. But the grades that come out will still come out from Q Parent Connection. So students should be checking that weekly. And grades are broken down to 50% homework, classwork, and 50% tests and quizzes. Half of our homework assignments are done in Pearson Easy Bridge, and they need an 85% or higher to be given full credit. Homework is graded for effort, but I do want to see that work to show the effort. Help. As we get into content next week, starting on August 10th, all the teachers will be available from 1:30 to 2:30 for help on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. On Wednesdays, we're in training ourselves to learn how to actually teach your student. For Math 7, you will notice back here on the apps page that their time is from 1:30 to 2, because I teach a different level of math, and their help time is from 2 to 2:30. It helps for me to have the kids separated out a little bit so that I'm not trying to help with two completely different topics at once. Let me quickly just show you what one of the daily agenda looks like. So the daily agendas are in here. Let me just pop open maybe period threes. They all look the same. And so this says for Wednesday, May 5th, what our agenda was, what our opener was, what we did last class period, what our learning target is for the day, and at the bottom, what is due by the next class session. And then down below it is the day prior. The new one's always placed on top. So again, that's found in their backpack under the week. The week. Back to our presentation. And I'm going to scroll ahead again. We've already gone through a couple of these. Okay, here's our new one. Supplies. Supplies for class. It would be awesome if they could have a notebook for taking notes in and maybe a folder. I provided them all with an Expo dry erase page protector that we use with an Expo marker. So if students could get an Expo marker, that would be awesome. If they can't, a Crayola marker works, but not as well. And a scientific calculator is recommended but not required. Any type does not need to be this one. This was even from last year, so it may not be on sale this year. If you can't purchase the scientific calculator, the Desmos Scientific app is the best one, not the graphing one. We want the Desmos Scientific, not graphing. Graphing will be in high school. Here are some examples of some pathways of mathematics. So this is the one of the more normal ones, but there's so many options out there now. The high school now offers a combo class of Algebra 2 and pre-calculus. They'll let kids take these two, Algebra 1 and Geometry together. They'll let them take Geometry and Algebra 2 together. There's so many options. Here I have just a different one over here, but realize there's many pathways to accelerate through high school. High school requires 3 years of math for graduation. So students can message me in Canvas. That's the best way to communicate. But if they need a little support, parents can also message me in Canvas or email me here. I always like to see the student try to do their own communication first. I'm not perfect. I do make mistakes in entering grades, and it's awesome if that message comes from the student of, hey, I think you messed up. And quite often I'll say, yeah, I did. Thank you. Two things that you can do as a parent. This is our last point that we're ending on. Is to get the Canvas parent app so that you can keep control of their assignments, but still know that you want to log on to Q Parent Connection every once in a while to check their grades. And it's even better if you make the student in charge of that, of having the student go on to Q Student Connection. I think I'm missing the IO in there. I apologize. And show you their grades. Okay, if you have any questions, here's my email, or you can download that app and email me from there. Thank you for joining me for my presentation today, and have a good evening.